This is your gaming weekly news. Xbox has officially announced their Xbox Game Showcase for 2025 on June 8th, and this time there's no in-person event and there's no Xbox FanFest. Xbox said, quote, "It all begins with our annual Xbox Game Showcase, bringing you a look at upcoming titles from across our first-party studios, in addition to incredible new titles from our third-party partners across the globe. This year, the show will be digital only. Our live stream will bring you everything you need to know about what's next for Xbox, no matter where in the world you are watching." Immediately following the showcase, the Outer Worlds 2 Direct will bring you inside the walls of Obsidian Entertainment, revealing new gameplay details and developer insights straight from the people making the sequel to the award-winning first-person sci-fi RPG, close quote. Xbox canceling their in-person live watch party for the Xbox Showcase and not having a live in-person Xbox FanFest. Xbox explains they are bringing back FanFest one time for the 10-year anniversary, saying, "This year's show is digital only. While we will not have a community viewing event for the showcase, we are working on plans for the 10th anniversary celebration of Xbox FanFest. We look forward to sharing more details with you at a later date after the showcase." Xbox is the only gaming platform or publisher that even holds an event live, and it has been the only one to have a live event with people in the crowd besides Jeff Keighley's Summer Games Fest. And with the loss of E3 bringing in 20,000 plus people to the LA Convention Center, the whole media swarm of people and games publishers coming together for a big celebration in June has all but fizzled out, and Xbox was the only one holding on to that thread to have in-person media and content creators and fans all gathered together in one place to celebrate all of the game announcements. They should have just opened up or rented a big theater or the Microsoft Theater, which they partially own, and just sold tickets to this event and let people go and pay money. Sure, they're saying they're doing a 10-year celebration for FanFest, which will be at a later date, and my best guess is that Xbox will hold a 10-year anniversary Xbox FanFest in LA around the end of August for their LA version of Gamescom. Gamescom is one of Xbox's big presentations that happens in Germany, but for half of the world that can't make it to Germany, there might be an opportunity for fans to get together one last time in LA at the end of the summer. I'm fairly new to the E3 or Xbox Showcase in-person experience, as I've only been going since 2019, and then I returned for 2022, 2023, and last year for 2024. But the reality is that Xbox FanFest and the in-person viewing watch party for the showcase was something that was probably on Microsoft and Xbox's chopping block for cutting the budget for many, many years. It's super unfortunate that after 1 to 2 years of absolute turmoil for Xbox fans, with the ABK trial, the acquisition of all these studios, the promise of not going full third party, and then turning around 9 months later and going third party, and then Xbox caps it off with, "We're not doing a watch party this year," and I'm pretty sure they're never doing a watch party again. That's not really what fans want to know about when it comes to the showcase announcement. What about the games? What can we expect at the game showcase? A lot of stuff hasn't surfaced yet, and usually doesn't until about a month just before the showcase launches, but I'll be putting together a full production video of everything we can expect and some of the surprises that are waiting, as Jez Corden from Windows Central is hearing things about big new reveals that we'll see. So we'll get into that on this channel in just a couple of weeks. Following the Xbox Showcase is the Outer Worlds 2 Direct. And this will be probably a 20 to 25 minute breakdown of what we can expect in this first-person adventure action RPG from Obsidian Entertainment. And if you've played or looked at the original 2019, Outer Worlds 1 was an award-winning, nominated for Game of the Year, and has really seen some great improvements, with Obsidian themselves saying that Outer Worlds 2 is 2 to 3 times better than the original. But they've given IGN first look at gameplay, and this did not go over well at all. At very first, when I saw this trailer, it looked really great in the opening few seconds, but everything fell apart after that. Massive screen tearing. The game mostly looks like exactly what I would expect from the 2019 build of Outer Worlds 1, and this was probably the worst representation of gameplay and how the game looks and feels something I think that was provided by Obsidian Entertainment, this footage that was recorded by them and given to IGN, and it's not a good look in my opinion for Outer Worlds 2. I'm expecting far better, and there are supposed to be a series of these gameplay reveals that will be unfolded in the coming weeks. Every week, IGN will show new gameplay and features that are provided by Obsidian Entertainment, but what we saw and what I have on the screen here today, it's not it. I took an 11-minute clip and boiled it down to 2 minutes, trying to cut out all the unnecessary nonsense or slow walking and talking to give people an idea of what this game will look like. And even this 2 minutes isn't impressive enough for me to be super excited about Outer Worlds 2. But I'm not going to just keep it there because I understand the franchise. I love the first one. I know it's going to be great, but I don't know how they got away with showing off this first 11 minutes. If I was working on the studio, I would have said, I think you need to cut that or it'll show a little bit more, but there will be more to unfold. But this first one, it needs some work. The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remake is so real, and it's so possible that it's shadow dropping sometime in the next week or two. This is according to many insiders that are leaking information about the Elder Scrolls Online event that is going on now until the 22nd of April. And I did a full video about it that came out on this channel just a couple of days ago. I won't say very much here because you can check out that video. It's 8 minutes where I break down what's going on with the engine, the translation of the graphics and the visuals and the combat and some of the improvements and what's going to be included in this Elder Scrolls Oblivion remake. It's a full remake. I am very leery that this might just feel like a reskin remaster with just some slight improvements. And if you own the game or if you played it on Game Pass on Xbox or PC, I think you're just going to get a little bit better looking version of this, and hopefully there's some modern improvements, but we'll have to wait till we get that reveal in a week or two to see if Oblivion Remake is truly something we've been waiting almost 20 years for. And yes, I know there are people that don't believe this game even exists, and that it's not a real project, but I guess we're going to wait to see who's right and who's wrong. And that's your gaming weekly news. This is Colteastwood. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Not a lot going on, but a lot of ramping up energy for Xbox Showcase. And I gotta say, I'm really bummed that they're not doing an in-person event. And I've only gone 4 times, but those opportunities to meet with the content creators and the friends that I've made, lifelong friends, to hang out, talking with other podcasters, meeting with journalists and the people that run the Xbox division, it's such an opportunity and a privilege. I've made some lasting memories in 2019 through 2024, being there and talking to people and seeing the game on the big screen with the loud sound system and with the crowd of all of us cheering. I just have to add in again that what a crappy time to say you're not doing FanFest anymore. And I truly believe they're not going to do FanFest. They're going to do this 10-year anniversary probably at the end of August, and that'll be it. And it's kind of a terrible thing to do to fans after all they've been through the past couple of years. Well, the past 10 years. If you ended up enjoying this video, let me know by liking and subscribing to the channel. Hit the bell if you want to be notified of new weekly content. If you want to further support what we're doing here on the Colteastwood channel, you can do that by hitting the join button below. That'll get you early access for videos, custom emojis, your name in the chat, merch giveaways, and so much more. Also, check out the Patreon. You can choose tiers there to support the channel and keep the studio lights on and help the content to continue to roll in. Thank you, everybody who supports with the Patreon and channel memberships. Also, check out the Ecstasy podcast. It runs every Monday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Middle-aged Game Guy and I are going to talk about the news, talk about what we think is coming for Xbox Showcase, and a bunch of other things that are breaking every single day. Check that out. That'll be live on YouTube, and it'll be on demand on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, where you can listen to that at your leisure. Thank you so much for that support. Let me know what you think of this week's news and what things you're excited about. And were you ever going to go to FanFest? Let me know in the comment section. And while you're there, as I always say, please be nice.